Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are embarking on a seriously fascinating journey. We're going to dive deep into how our history has brought us to this exact moment. But more importantly, we're looking at how our future is about to be completely forged by unprecedented technology and intelligence. We are literally standing on the edge of a frontier right now that is so wild, our ancestors couldn't have even dreamed it up. So, let's kick things off with a massive question to frame everything we're talking about today. As we stand on the brink of this entirely new era, what exactly is humanity's next step? We've built megacities, we've connected the globe with the internet, we've literally walked on the moon. So, where do we go from here? Because the answer isn't just about what new gadgets we're going to invent, it's really about who we are going to become. All right, part one, past to present. Let's look at our journeys so far. When you step back and look at the sheer scale of human triumph, it is absolutely staggering. Historically, our main gig was pretty simple, just survive. Back in the ancient era as hunter-gatherers, literally every single day was a battle against nature. But then, we figured things out. We moved into the agricultural and industrial ages, and we successfully triumphed over monumental challenges, things like mass hunger and devastating plagues. And now, in our modern era, sure, conflicts absolutely still exist, but we have largely overcome the kind of relentless, massive-scale wars that defined earlier centuries. Basically, we've secured our baseline survival. And that incredible progression, it's completely shifted our focus to brand new frontiers. Because we've successfully solved so many of those foundational life or death problems, the new challenges we face aren't really about basic physical survival anymore. Instead, they're about figuring out how to navigate the immense, almost godlike power of modern technology and the incredibly tricky ethics surrounding it. The tools we are building right now literally have the power to rewrite the rules of biology and society. Which brings us to part two, the quest for immortality. This is our first major technological pursuit of this new era. And, okay, it sounds totally like science fiction, but it is rapidly becoming science fact. Advances in biotech and medicine aren't just adding a couple of extra years to our lives anymore, they are increasing our lifespans to unprecedented lengths. We are actively moving into a world where people are legitimately dreaming of living exceptionally long, healthy lives. In fact, some of the absolute brightest minds on the planet are starting to treat aging not as this inevitable fate we all have to accept, but actually as a biological disease that could, theoretically, be reversed. The goal is becoming incredibly real. But actually, pause for a second and really think about this. If we somehow achieve immortality, or hey, even if we just push the average lifespan up to like 150 or 200 years, how drastically does our entire way of life change? Think about the concept of marriage, or a 40-year career path, or the global economy, or even just the Earth's limited resources. A society where people rarely die has to completely restructure its social and political foundations from the ground up. It's breathtaking for sure, but also incredibly daunting. Moving on to part three, the search for artificial happiness. So, having largely secured our physical survival, the food, the shelter, the safety, humanity is now deeply focused on the other side of the coin, finding profound mental satisfaction. We're no longer just waking up and asking, how do I survive today? Now it's, how do I actually feel happy? And more, we are looking straight to our own inventions to answer that question. Technology is literally allowing us to artificially engineer happiness now. We're seeing millions of people escaping into digital worlds, finding real joy, a sense of community, and actual purpose inside video games, social media, and the metaverse. With VR headsets and fully immersive tech, we can now experience synthetic happiness that feels 100% real to the human brain. And it begs a wild question. If a digital experience triggers the exact same dopamine and serotonin release as a physical, real-world one, does it even matter that it's artificial? Okay, part four, AI and humanity's future. We are at a truly pivotal point right now. We're starting to bump up against our own biological limits. Our processing speed, our memory, our physical endurance. We can only do so much. But at the exact same time, artificial intelligence and robotics are just blowing right past those limits. They can process billions of data points in a fraction of a second, they learn continuously without ever needing a nap, and they perform tasks with a level of precision that we biological humans simply cannot match. And this incredible surge in tech capability, it essentially forces us to completely redefine what the word human even means. In a modern age where machines can think, make decisions, create stunning art, and work right alongside us, well, if an AI can write brilliant poetry or diagnose rare diseases better than a human doctor or perfectly drive our cars, our unique value proposition in the world shifts dramatically. We are very quickly no longer the only intelligent actors on the stage.
Which leads us to our final section, ethics and our responsibility.
Look, with all this godlike power, the power to extend life, to engineer happiness, to create super intelligence, comes monumental responsibility. Yes, technology gives us incredible strength, but it's also triggering massive, unprecedented challenges. We are facing severe privacy concerns as every aspect of our lives gets digitized. There's this terrifying potential for skyrocketing social inequality. I mean, imagine a future where only the ultra-rich can afford a 200-year lifespan or an advanced brain computer interface. We are grappling with incredibly deep moral questions about data security, algorithmic bias, and the very real threat of intense social division. The tools themselves are neutral, but how we apply them, that is highly, highly complex.
There's a great quote that sums this up. Technology shapes the future, ethics gives it direction. And if there's one key takeaway from this entire explainer, it's that while technology is absolutely the engine that will build our future, our ethical compass has to be the steering wheel. Without ethics, we're essentially just accelerating blindly into the dark. We need philosophy, empathy, and really careful regulation just as much as we need coding and brilliant engineering.
As we boldly move forward into this totally uncharted territory, we have to strive to be not just an exceptionally intelligent species, but a deeply responsible one. Our entire future depends on our ability to balance our brilliant innovations with profound wisdom. And hey, make sure you're subscribed to The Explainer so we can keep unpacking these absolutely crucial world-shifting ideas together.
So, I want to leave you with this final, vital thought today. As you navigate this rapidly changing, hyper-technological world we live in, ask yourself, are you ready to take responsibility for our collective future? Because the future isn't just some random thing that happens to us down the road. It's the reality that we are actively choosing to design right now.